Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Let's random. The streak has begun again in earnest. Ernest plays The Binding of Isaac. There's your new #1 hit show on YouTube. We have Christopher walking-throughs, now we got Ernest scared silly in Isaac. Ref Tuazwug. We're all very familiar with that, of course. I'm sure you don't need me to go into greater detail there. I'll admit, when I start Judas runs, long-term feel great about it. One of my favorite characters in the game from a strength perspective for sure. And getting non-stop deals with the devil that don't hurt either. And actually, Holy Mantle feels pretty solid. Just keep in mind if we go to that sacrifice room, not the cursed room, but the sacrifice room, we will still be hurt if we walk on the spikes. Oh my god, store credit right off the bat too. But always feel a little anxious at the start of a Judas run. That's when things are the most fragile. But picking up Holy Mantle plus Judas basically means that even if we, if we were playing the Lost on this seed right now, we would be like relatively okay with, I think, the way the situation is currently going. I went back and forth in my head about whether or not it was worth using a Book of Belial charge on this room. It might cost us the Book of Belial charge for the boss. I don't think that necessarily matters that much. But either way, I think it was worth it. Yeah, it totally did cost us the Book of Belial charge for the boss, but check this out. Holy Mantle makes it so we can definitely go buck wild on this, and with store credit, we should absolutely go to our shop now. It's possible, at the very least, we can get an item and then the Spirit Heart. If there is a Spirit Heart, which is probably like a 75% chance, if not greater. So although I did, maybe there's probably a battery for sale in there as well. If the item sucks, it's probably better to just drop store credit and buy either a charge or a Spirit Heart. So we have blue candle, we have 9 volt. Actually, the 9 volt is kind of like the perfect mix here. To be honest with you, I don't think we need to buy the Spirit Heart. I think we can save our money and maybe have a blood bank on the next floor instead. The 9 volt, really good, also solves our immediate problem of not having a charge, which I'm appreciative of. Turns out we didn't really need it, probably. But that's okay. And why not buy the Spirit Heart? Save money for the next floor and maybe buy a better shop item. As long as we don't get hit multiple times on the same room, we don't have any risk at all here of not getting... Well, we're going to get a deal with the devil for sure. Our risk of death is super low thanks to Holy Mantle. We get the Lover's card. Before leaving, kind of feel like we should at least look for a secret room. It won't be there, which makes it actually seemingly... Oh, that's fine. We're Holy Mantle. Yeah, saved us a lot of work there, actually. And we picked up a couple of spiders. That's glorious. Alright, so let's head down to the next floor. It's looking amazing. This is a very, very good situation to find ourselves in. What do you think? Second secret room here? I don't want to waste many bombs. It seemed like it was just the most likely situation. There you go. Now I feel very, very good about not buying a Spirit Heart. Much better than I did even mere moments ago. So let's come down and finish the job here on the next floor. A good deal with the devil would pretty much sort this run out right away. Holy Mantle, already one of the best items in the game, full stop. Doesn't have to, you know, you don't have to say defensively or offensively. I think we're all aware what niche Holy Mantle occupies at this point of the game. All we really need is to up our damage past the point where we're, you know, doing more damage than enemies can really deal with. Like we scale damage-wise faster than the enemies do, and it's hard to imagine that roller coaster stops. Just because Book of Belial gives us so much momentum. Kind of botched the first couple of syllables there. It gives us so much momentum. Mentum, the fresh maker. If you can't make fun of your own Broca and Wernicke's areas, who can, you know? Oh my god, you don't have to do this. Please tell me that this is an important Skype message. Yep, and it's just constant complaining as always. Here we go. I gotta learn to sign out of Skype. I should do like a, you know, take your kid to work day? I should do like a, you know, behind the scenes Rebirth episode one day. I get 2 Skype messages a day, and they always come when I'm recording. And this is not, like, there's not bias at work, like I'm always recording. I do record a lot. But all of the Skype messages I get come during recording, like, without fail. Blows my mind a little bit. Anyway. We're gonna be okay here. Larry Jr. shouldn't really have much to offer in the way of competition. Hopefully he gives me some HP. I could use it as fuel. Man, I'm not super excited about not having any HP. But the mark, it helps out a lot. I'm very happy to have it. This is pretty much what I asked for, is just, you know, getting a huge damage bonus. And I actually, in a way, now that I think about it, I kind of like it a lot because it keeps us in the position where we're doing amazingly, of course, but it's not just set in stone yet. Like, we still have low HP, so there's still a little bit of drama associated with this run, which I appreciate, actually, to help keep... honestly, I just play better when there's something on the line. Hematemesis doesn't matter. Explosive diarrhea shouldn't matter as long as I can get out of the room in time. Now, if we can find a little bit of extra cash, we'll look for our secret room. And that might do it there. And then, you know, in looking for our secret room, I would expect to have a decent chance to find some money. I don't love this idea, but I'll take it because we're in a good position already. So let's fuck with it a little bit, and maybe we'll finally gain an appreciation for this item. Occasionally, still get people who are like, well, the prevailing sentiment is Epic Fetus sucks. Sorry, not Epic Fetus. Epic Fetus is amazing. The prevailing fetus, or the prevailing fetus, the things my neighbors hear me say, they're probably very confused about. The prevailing sentiment is still that Dr. Fetus is a pretty bad item. However, there are some people who are like, you know, when you get it with this item and this item, it's great. When you get it with this synergy, it's great. I've had some of those said synergies, and at the same time, I still don't find myself really enjoying the item all that much. But maybe this is my chance for redemption, you know? Maybe this is my shot at not being a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Second secret room, I mean, as someone who fires bombs continuously from the holes inside of my face, I think it would be a good idea to probably look for our second secret room. Why not? At the very least, we'll pick up a little bit more money. And it doesn't hurt, certainly, that we have Holy Mantles so that we won't hurt ourselves nearly as much as you would probably normally expect. Could make an argument that we should be looking for crawl spaces and stuff like that as well. You know, you're not wrong, but the time requirement invested in looking for crawl spaces and black markets, but let's be honest, they're almost always crawl spaces, compared to the actual value of the average crawl space, it makes me feel like it's not really worth it for the most part. But of course, there's a little bit of bias inherent there, because how am I going to find better crawl spaces if I don't actively look for crawl spaces, you know? One thing's for sure, I would think that we have a higher than average chance of finding, like, magic mushrooms on this run. Probably just one, now that I think about it. Balls of Steel is pretty sweet, and we found our secret room accidentally. And it sucked. But gave us Lemon Party. Which you might be able to use at some point to better effect. Come on. You're telling me there's no way out there? I would be surprised. Now, I'm not really going to bother bombing. Oh, I don't really want to do that. We did this exact same situation on our last run. We got rid of Book of Belial in order to pick up... that wasn't secret room looking, by the way. That was mushroom looking. We got rid of Book of Belial to pick up Forget Me Now. I don't think that we're in the position to do the same thing on this run just yet, at least. You can make a pretty good case for it, but I don't think we're going to do it. If we get Goathead, I would probably consider it, but without Goathead, there's almost no way. The perpetual deals with the devil are just a little bit, you know, too necessary. Too valuable, I should say. Not necessarily necessary. Alright. What are the items that really takes Dr. Fetus to the next level? Bobby Bob-Bomb, I think, is a big one. The homing bombs actually work fantastically, so sure, Bobby Bob-Bomb would be nice. One thing I'd really like to avoid, but this goes without saying, is soy milk. I think it effectively makes our bombs do no damage. Or very, very little. A negligible amount of damage. If we could just get, like, as many bomb synergies as possible, I'd be cool with it. Like, Dr. Fetus sad bombs with, like, really cool tier effects sounds awesome, actually. That could allow me to be in a position where I think this item is not so bad. Come on, though, dog. Come on. Alright. Polycephalus should not offer too much in the way of resistance. We got a really high rate of fire, so... Not rate of fire specifically, but like range / shot speed, so... We're gonna have to bounce some shots off the back wall to get them to land properly, at least with reliability. Seems to be working out okay. Not that time. One more should do it. Very, very close. Very, very close. One of these days. One of these days. There we go. Alright. What is our deal with the devil on this floor? I will take the damage plus range upgrade instead of just range, and we'll fight Krampus. Which, of course, we will. I don't really care what we get here. If I got Krampus's head... I mean, if I get Lump of Coal, I think that's better. Krampus's head is what it is. We're not going to replace Book of Belial with it anyway, but we're probably not missing out on too much in Lump of Coal. Unless I'm really mistaken about the way that synergies work with Dr. Fetus. Alright, let's stop with the funky bouncing stuff unless it's, like, really necessary. Krampus's head and a key. Key's good. Happy to have a key. Not super thrilled about that, but at least we knew what it was coming in, right? There should not be a secret room there, and those are symmetrical like that, so I would expect maybe second secret room here. Yeah, okay. I would love a guppy item or 2 bombs, you know, to each their own, I suppose. We've already been to item room and shop, but I think it would be a little bit lazy of us to not at least go a little harder. Maybe try to find our regular secret room, and, you know, rooms like this is pretty much a dream for us right now. Secret room? Just seemed like a potential, like, secret room template there. And this room is actually a great one for us. I still hate these enemies, fetus or no fetus. Again, a very weird sentence to say for me. That's paralysis. The chances of us getting Magic Mushroom, like we just freaking did, are too high to ignore. So we got Pheromones, Paralysis, Hematemesis. Stick with the Lovers. It's just... The Lovers might not be as great necessarily as Hematemesis in exactly the same situation, but it has a guaranteed outcome, which makes it a little bit more palatable for me personally, because it means I'm way less likely to fudge it up. Alright, let's keep moving. We got a Lemon Party Pill. A Lemon Party Pill, Lemon Party Pill. Just pop the top, grip it and shake it, and grip it again. That was the best bomb shot I've ever made in my entire life. Let's go pick up our Lemon Party Pill. You might be saying, you know, Lemon Party, psh, just a one-off, like, offensive card. There's another one right there. You're not wrong. It is just a one-off offensive card, but it's a really good one-off offensive card, I think. You've seen the damage that it can do to, like, Isaac, Blue Baby, or Mom if you use it appropriately. Whether or not we'll save it that long kind of remains to be seen, but... In a weird way, I would actually almost want a shot speed downgrade here. It's good because we have the ability to hit enemies that are super far away, but it's bad because we don't really have the ability to hit enemies that are super up close. That being said, I'm fucking it up a little bit with my, you know, artsy-fartsy kind of bounce-off-the-wall shots here. You know, cool it, Fedorov, or you'll get a knuckle supper. 1120. That's fine. We're probably not that worried about boss rush anyway. Just quickly check in on our shop here. I don't think anything is necessarily worth it there. Maybe that pill's great. I don't know. Very happy to have gotten Magic Mushroom, but apart from that, actually, that floor is okay. I'll stand by that one. I'm not thrilled with the Krampus payout, of course, but whoever is. Please, God, don't give me fucking soy milk. I'm very much past the point of novelty where I'm like, I guessed that I'd get soy milk and I got it. Isn't that funny? Now I'm like, oh, fucking soy milk again. Can we even break golden poop with bombs? I thought we could. Maybe I'm mistaken. Can we break them with regular bombs? Maybe we're just destined to never get that golden poop. Financially, we're fine, so I'm not sweating it too much. I'm amazed that that bounce actually sort of worked there. I would really like a shot speed downgrade. You know what would be good, actually? Like, I like to highlight items that are good in this situation, but in most situations, maybe people don't love them. I would actually really like Eve's Mascara here. Would lower our rate of fire. Not such a big deal with bombs. Bubble our damage. Double our damage. Double our damage with the bombs, which is actually extremely valuable. Perthrow is probably more important than Lemon Party here. We can at least get that key. A little close there. We could get the battery, but we don't need it, so it's, you know, not that meaningful right now. That would be a great item to get. Now, mind you, we don't have too much control over whether or not we do get it, so I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape just yet. I'm not gonna get too excited about the possibility of getting it. Lucky bounce. Might as well fire is my thing, because we gotta time it appropriately anyway. That's gonna miss. This is gonna hit. Yeah. No getting out of the way of that one. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Not an enormous fan of the feeling inside of my tummy as I wait to see if we get soy milk here. Best bud. It's acceptable. I don't love it, but I can live with it. Trying to figure out how I'm going to take these gentlemen callers out here. I think the correct answer is just what I did right there, which is basically just use a real bomb. Greed should be super easy. And I mean, I've neglected to call this a one run or a lost run yet. A doomed run, depending on how you want to pronounce it there. I think that it should be a one run, mostly due to, you know, I mean, we don't really need this. I'd rather keep the Perthrow rune. If we get to reroll 2 deal with the devil items, then it's, you know, effectively this is like having an extra Joker card or 2. Mostly because, you know, the fetus item could be great, it could be terrible. However, Holy Mantle is always great. So I feel like our bets have been hedged a little bit just by that. I hate this floor. We'll see though. Husk should go down in like 3 hits. Maybe a little bit more. At this point, damage upgrades, you know, most basic thing we could ask for, but I'd be totally fine to have them. If we're not going to pick up a bomb synergy, which is like literally impossible here, I will not worry about it. Okay. Far Ride, Gimpy, that's fine. As far as Curse of the Blind goes, that's fine. Book of Sin sucks real bad. This gives us an opportunity to take our Joker card here, though, because we'll reroll Book of Sin. And we'll get Headless Baby, which is actually totally okay. Figured we go left. We got Experimental Treatment. I feel immediately a little slower. Pretty difficult to tell if our bombs have gotten better damage. I'll go back for that Joker card. It's somewhere. Thought it was in, like, the shop. I think we picked up the Steam sale as well, so, you know, as if 32 cents wasn't enough already. Did I even use Book of Belial against the Husk? I hope I did. Not because it would have made a meaningful difference, because we did just fine anyway, but because that's the way you're supposed to use Book of Belial. If I'm not using Book of Belial at all, it seems a little rich. Let's just put it that way. Alright. We need to, if possible, throw down like a wall with Headless Baby. Surprisingly difficult to hit these mobile enemies. There we go. And this is why I kind of didn't really want to do the rest of the floor, but it doesn't matter all that much, I think. Continue to blow up the mushrooms. Could get Mini Mush, which actually might be a bad thing for me at this point, but there's like other tiers upgrades and whatnots. We should keep looking for our secret room as well. Like, this seems like a pretty likely opportunity to get it. This seems like a very unlikely opportunity to get. Oh, we've already found our first secret room, you dummy. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna bomb my way out of this room. I will kill everything on this room, because with that boss trap room, you never know what we could get in there. Just try not to fill our health up, necessarily. But, I can take half a heart. And maybe we can play a Demon Judgment or a regular Judgment on this arcade, but, I'm not in love with the idea of fighting Fistula, and eventually we might have to fight Super Envy, so hopefully we get some homing bombness that'll make that easier. Sure, it seems worth it. Pheromones, 2 of Diamonds. So pop 2 of Diamonds, of course. We're gonna have to fight Fistula here. What comes after Fistula? I think it's Monstro 2. Figured like a Pheromones card here might get the job done. Or Pheromones pill, I should say, might get the job done. If it's Monstro 2, that's not so bad. It's not Monstro 2, it's the Haunt. The Haunt is actually, like, a little easier. To be honest with you. A little bit easier than he'd normally be with the bombs. I like to use bombs against the miniature haunts anyway. Mind you, it's a little bit trickier to actually hit the ghost, I guess. Tell you what, why don't we try something along these lines right here. Just get him trapped. Alright, now, probably like 6 bombs is my thinking. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What can I say? I'm a fan of mental arithmetic. I think I made a good judge there. Never speak of this room again. I think, you know, this is one of the luxuries. If you have a fetus item, you can just say that room. Absolutely not. I think this could be our second secret room right here. It's like our first likely possibility. Apart from that, man, second secret room must have been across the level somewhere. I'm not that sad to be missing it. I didn't even go to our arcade either, but oh well. Down to the next floor. We're gonna be on Necropolis 2? Necropolis 1. We're going way slower than I thought we were. Not that that's a big deal. Again, I'm not really concerned about boss rush on this run. I'm mostly concerned about getting some synergies that make me actually appreciate Epic Fetus, but we're there, or, you know, this Fetus, but we're not there yet. I really appreciate the Chariot card. That helped me out quite a lot. I know that we have that guy left back there, but figured we might as well snag a key. Not too worried about the penny. We already have 64 cents, and then I cost myself a key in the process, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. Self-esteem's at an all-time high. The dry baby pickup is nice, though. And that black card is good. And that is not, but that's okay. We'll continue moving along. It's a magician card, which honestly might be pretty nice. On this room, let's try using Book of Belial just to speed it up a little bit. It's actually, it feels like our shots have sped up as well. Ah! On this room, we actually could take damage for the first time in, like, 2 floors. I don't think we've been hit more than once. Like, I don't think we've taken damage more than once. This is gonna hurt, yeah. Since we picked up Holy Mantle. So that room, it did quite a number on me. Come on. Come on. A little ridiculous with the greed fights thus far. A little too many of them for my personal taste, but that's okay. We got a little extra cash in the process. Any minute now, I'll be thrilled to finish that room. That's the problem, man. It's not doing damage that's the problem. With Dr. Fetus, it's actually like landing the shots, and part of that is player skill. So I throw myself on the mantle of being bad in that case. Certainly, we're gonna stick with Book of Belial over Butterbean. I know it's a controversial decision because Butterbean is so good. High Priestess, Tower. It's kind of ironic, I guess. We'll stick with High Priestess. Obviously. I bet if we landed a shot properly here, we could probably create... Nah, I don't think we actually can create a bridge there. Alright, if we're not going to get Bobby Bob-omb... You know what? Fuck that. I think we are going to get Bobby Bob-omb, but I think it won't be till the chest. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. Now watch that come true. Conspiracy theories will abound. I would really like to get over there. If that were a red chest, I would go for it. Since it's not really that concerned. Explosive diarrhea. Again, not immediately worthwhile for me. What else could I use? The ability to fly would be very, very nice. We don't need any more defensive items, and that goes for HP as well. I don't think we necessarily need any more HP to make this run work. That should land it. Just more damage, honestly. I'm seeing here that Spoonbender would actually be pretty awesome. It's really neat how the bombs can kind of like go too far and then ricochet back, or like bounce off a wall or something and ricochet back. I figured we already killed everything on this room. We might as well get the consumable. And it ended up being very worthwhile. We're actually very lucky we have Holy Mantle, but it's going to become increasingly frustrating to do rooms without getting hit. The ability to get hit once is like, how many rooms do you get hit more than once on? It's probably like 20% of the rooms where you get hit in the first place, so Holy Mantle basically negates 80% of our damage. It's really good. Sometimes more, actually. But I'm gonna need some way to kill enemies faster, or we're gonna run into trouble eventually. Probably not today, probably not tomorrow, but every day for the rest of our lives. can sneak one. This is why I never made it in the NHL. My accuracy is too low. My agility stat is out of control, though. You should see all the spinoramas I've been pulling in shootouts on John Van Beesbrook. It's almost playoff season, you know? Northern Line, you've been talking about hockey a lot lately. Well, I live in the city where a team has a 30% chance of making it out of the first round of the playoffs, baby. I'm actually a Montreal Canadiens fan living in Vancouver. People say, isn't that hard to reconcile? Not at all. Canadians play, they play in the East, the Canucks play in the West. If they ever meet each other in the Stanley Cup Finals, you know, my allegiance lies with Montreal. But until then, it's pretty easy to keep up a fandom for both teams. Montreal's got a great chance of doing some good stuff in the playoffs this season. Vancouver, just happy to be there, man. There's a chance, you know, I think they've got a solid chance of making it out of the first round depending on who they play. Anything beyond that is just gravy. And honestly, even up to that, it's just like, it's not, that's the turkey, man. I don't know, though, that expression, you know, it's just gravy. As if it's, like, extra. Sometimes I'd rather have the gravy than the turkey. And I'm a big fan of turkey, you know. A lot of people, turkey's dry. You're cooking your turkeys, dog. Or you're cooking your turkeys wrong, dog. You gotta brine them. Keep some of that moisture in there. I guess we'll definitely go super bandage here. But the gravy is just, it's a standout part. There's just no question about that. Well, this is a very disappointing deal with the devil. Have we been to our shop on this floor? We have not. We have to go to our shop because we fought greed and we have a ton of money. The intersection of us... Do I have coffee left here? Sadly, no. The intersection of my laziness does not apply here. I think we have to take Balls of Steel with us. I know Health Down could give us a permanent HP upgrade, but Balls of Steel might be more valuable than that right now. Almost picked up... sure, let's buy a key. I almost picked up Sharp Plug, then I realized we have 9 volts, so Sharp Plug is effectively worthless. Right now, I'll donate as much money as they'll let me donate, and we actually might be able to push it maybe 420. Not trying to make just a joke there. Resent the fact that that number, you know, it comes up all the time. It's a prime number. Most people don't realize. I'm also joking. Most people don't realize, but you know, it comes up a lot. There you go, 421. We passed it by without any ceremony whatsoever. We could benefit from a red heart. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. Let's look for a second secret room, just in case there's like a black heart. That would be okay. Or actually a fortune teller would be fine. Or pills could be the best, actually. Health down and then 3 lemon parties. I said could be. In this situation, they were not, but they could have been. Again, the run looks great as far as I'm concerned, but it could certainly be better as well. Homing bombs, or I don't know, like triple shot, quad shot. I would be content with those. Little Brimstone, I know it's kind of a big ask because it's such a good item as is, but it's not like asking for the item makes it any more or less likely that it's going to show up, basically. Little Brimstone would be a great pickup, man. I'd be thrilled to have it. I'll take Compass. I'll pay 7 cents for 1 tarot card. I don't mind that. And it's the Hierophant. I might as well buy a key. Do we know what the pill is? Explosive diarrhea? Not too worried about it. There's our boss fight. Hope there's an arcade. There's no arcade on this floor. That's alright. Fate. Not Fate. Fate for the ability to fly is huge. But yeah, Little Brimstone would make it so that I could shoot the bombs and still have the ability to I have Holy Mantle, I don't care if I walk on the spikes. And still have the ability to you know, do damage whenever I wanted to, basically. That would be very nice. No BFF pickup, sadly, but that's okay. I would re-roll our whole run. Kind of rich considering how recently I complained about the... that's okay. How recently I complained about the prevalence of, like, re-rolling run items and rooms, but if they want to give me a re-roll in this situation, I'll take it, and later I'll acknowledge that I'm a hypocrite. That is also not Fate. I'm not gonna walk in and out just for a chance to get another bomb. And by chance, I mean guarantee, but still. It's not really that worthwhile. So, the thing about Dead Onion with Dr. Fetus is that it makes it so that we can't rely on our usual tactic of just landing a bomb near a near an opponent. if we land it near them, previously it would have been stopped. Now we've really got to worry about our speed, because our bombs are piercing. What benefit do we get out of Dead Onion? We might get, like, 0, but I think it gives us a small increase in damage. And as well, we have the trade-off of our shot speed actually being lowered a bit, which sounds bad, but is something I actually very much desired. So, I'm actually kind of happy about the way that that's turned out. I'd say Dead Onion is... We actually have Mom's Purse, so we could pick that up, but who really cares about more bombs, I guess. Like, Dead Onion might be a net negative to have picked up, but at least we'll learn something about it, you know? That's my philosophy on it. Excuse me. And the other thing we could do is, like, straight up just bomb our way out of, like, every single room that we encounter, unless it has something we actually desire. That's not my typical play style. I will use it on occasion. I'm really happy, actually, that we got Headless Baby. Kind of gets a bad rap. From me, and then from other Isaac players sometimes for not being that amazing, but in this, you know, unique particular situation, it's quite good. Quite useful, I will say. We've been to item room, we've been to shop. We're not going to be able to go to our, boss trap room, so I think we just go fight the boss here, honestly. And again, it's hard to imagine a loss coming out of this run, but we're still eagerly awaiting the conditions of our win as well. Well, I guess the benefit of having Dead Onion is that we can shoot over rocks if an enemy is trying to use them to their advantage, I guess. Could farm for another trinket, but I'm just going to blow it up. Well worth it for the single penny that we got. That's going to go a long way. Alright, Red Mom is actually, like, it scares the shit out of me. Remote Detonator would also be awesome. Like, I might get rid of... Come on. I might get rid of, Book of Belial for Remote Detonator. Please. Please, Rebirth. Please. Every bomb that actually successfully lands takes off like 5%. I think this is one of the fights that really makes me wish that we did not have this item. But now we got an attack fly, which is actually a lot better, I think. I think in combination, at least, with Headless Baby, this is going to allow us to a lot more reliably deal damage to Mom. So I'm actually very happy that we got Best Bud. It might only be good in this situation, but this situation is, you know, worth its weight in gold right now, isn't it? There we go. We'll take that and hope for a good deal with the devil, or at least a solid one. Yeah, that's solid enough, man. I don't believe we are Guppy yet, but if we become Guppy, largely what I'm going to be excited about is having the ability to fly. And we're going to stick with Book of Belial. Even though having flies would be nice for guaranteed damage, I think I've got to put all my eggs in the basket of hopefully being able to go for, the Guppy pickup. Or just the deal with the devil in general. Again, like, I don't really care if I get Spirit of the Night or Lord of the Pit. Those are all fine by me as well. I don't really relish the thought of fighting this room. I think I'm just going to try to leave. I say try because it's not an exact science, apparently. I say this knowing full well I'm going to have to bomb our way out of that room again. And that's totally okay. Thank you, Dry Baby. Alright, well, a good pickup in that secret room, even if it wasn't exactly what I wanted. Important to keep it in perspective that was still pretty solid. And this is where we'll leave you then. Okay, we can get out of here without getting hit. I have faith. Somehow we managed to kill a Gurgling. I almost feel the need to apologize to that Gurgling because it did not need to die. I just wanted to get out of the room. Headless Baby got a little high on itself there and decided to take some extrajudicial action there. You know what? We have an incredible luxury. I don't want to do this room either. Let me out! If we don't want to do a room and the room's particularly annoying, we've earned the right, I think, to bomb our way out of it. Similarly, like, these guys are not so bad, but you got to assume that this is probably the right way to go to get to the boss fight. Now, in this room, I'll take my time. Like, that doesn't bother me. But any room that has even the slightest whiff of bullshit associated with it is getting rerouted pretty quickly here. I'll go back for that nickel. In fact, I'll go back for that nickel right now. I don't really want to fight double polycephalus here either. So straight up here. will allow us to get to the boss fight. I'm assuming we're not missing out on too much by doing this absolute scum strategy. I might be mistaken. Not very smart of me. I can't believe that didn't kill the enemies either. Do we know that pill? Health up. We'll talk about it. Alright, Mr. Fred is, all things considered, a pretty easy get for us here. Let's try to throw in some bombs to sort out these guys on the side, because they're going to be a little bit more difficult than the boss itself as time goes on. Very stupid damage on my part, but... What hit me there? Oh, creep. We got our choice between other HP ups. I guess we might as well just go for an HP up then, and hope that we trade it away right here. For the Razor Blade. That's real bad. We'll just go down to the next floor. Now it all becomes about the chest. So we have an arcade. I'm gonna go up. I think this is a completely viable strategy to skip these rooms here. We still gotta fight the bosses, and on the chest, there's no way out. You know, you gotta fight the enemies. Unless you got huge teleportation abilities or something, but... on these rooms, if it's easier to get out, maybe that's the true value of Dead Onion, is that it allows us to say, fudge you, Tony, to these rooms that we're not huge fans of. Like this one, sign me up, man. I'm very happy to take the time to deal with this guy. The Wall Masters, though, absolutely not. Don't kid yourself, I'd get my way out of that room if I had the chance as well. Okay, let's do this, Mom's Heart. Thank God we picked up the compass, otherwise this strategy might be very, very non-viable. Thought maybe we'd be able to sneak one dead there. The longer we can go without losing our Holy Mantle effect, the much better this is going to be for us. Oh, there we go. Try not to move backwards as you're firing these bombs, Self, because it's really inhibiting your range. This is perfect, though. We're in, like, the exact sweet spot where, you know, our bombs are not inhibiting our other bombs as they come through. Thank you very much, Dry Baby. And Gimpy paid out with a Spirit Heart there, which is very nice. That was dumb of me. I should have just, instead of trying to, like, run the fucking gauntlet there, I should have just stuck with what I was doing and dodged in and out of the shots, but whatever. Alright, now we're on the Cathedral. Curse of the Unknown is not a huge deal. I'm assuming we have to go through this big room. And there's no way in hell I'm touching this room. And you can blame me for the other rooms, but that room I'm not taking no shit on. That is, that room's horse hockey at the best of times. We were in a fucking llama lacrosse there. That's 1 degree more absurd than horse hockey. Think about it. How are they gonna hold the... I mean, horses on skates is ridiculous. But how are the llamas gonna hold the lacrosse sticks? I think that's what they're called. You should know, man. That's the national sport of Canada. That's not a joke, by the way. Everyone assumes it's like a Trivial Pursuit question. Everyone assumes it's hockey, but it's lacrosse. I'm still not joking, even though it sounds like I am. Seems like I am, I guess. Plenty of keys here. I imagine we're pretty close to the actual boss fight. I don't really relish the thought of fighting Monstro 2, so we'll just bomb our way out, and we might as well enjoy our ability to bomb our way out now, because, you know, starting on the chest, we're not going to be able to do so. It's like taking a vacation before work really heats up, you know? You work for Ubisoft, you're not taking any time off in November, probably, is all I'm trying to say. We have to do this room as well. Really? The no second secret room over here? That kind of surprises me. Not that I really want an Eternal Heart, but... I could be persuaded to enjoy having an Eternal Heart. And these guys have got to be so close in HP. Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, this is big. Doesn't matter to me, because I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to get Mr. Mega and Brother... Or, not Brother Bobby, hopefully. But Bobby Bob-omb on the next floor. It's all but guaranteed. I've ordained it, so shall it be written, so shall it be done. And that'll be huge for us. The question becomes, what else are we going to get? Hopefully good stuff. And actually, you know, against relatively stationary targets with Book of Belial, our damage is actually really good. I feel bad for, at any point, being like, this run's not looking that hot, but... we're not doing Polyphemus Death's Touch damage, but we're tearing through these enemies relatively quickly. Might take us 5 or 6 waves to actually get through Isaac here, but that's not that bad. All things considered. Wait till we get sad bombs, and you'll see how powerful we can truly be. Strike me down, and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Let's do this! And I've fulfilled my Dr. Fetus quota for like another month. Flush! Cricket's head. Attack fly. Tough love. Tough luck. Tough love. My mistake. Well, Cricket's head is huge. Tough love, I think we still get the damage bonus. And actually, Cricket's head obviously the best in that like category of items we just got there. Outside of Cricket's head, you really gotta give it to Attack Fly, man. We saw how useful Best Bud was for us on the mom fight. Attack Fly fulfills like exactly the same needs, but it's around all the time. It might do less damage, I'm not sure. Admittedly, taking way more damage than I would like to admit on this room. This is not a particularly tough room. I think I've mishandled it, but I also think that these enemies are a little harder when you have like discrete damage like we do with our bombs than if you have continuous damage through tiers. So, you know, I think enemies that don't fracture are actually going to be a little bit easier for us than on average. And enemies that do fracture are going to be substantially more annoying. Yes, we are going to get hit here, or we have already been hit here, but we're going to pick up a Spirit Heart from Famine at the end anyway. And we're still going to lose a little HP in the process. Secret room? Felt secret roomy, you can't deny that. And I'm not, unfortunately, not really intending on doing any funky stuff here. Mostly just want to get through this without getting killed. Don't really have any plans to farm up chest items. Mostly just want to survive, man. I'm not looking to become, you know, the next great Hollywood actor. Just looking to provide a nice life for my family on this run. This could still be the right way. Don't deny it yet. That one would have gotten it. Oh my god, that one's embarrassing, I'll admit. Should be using Book of Belial more often than we are. I think I can get away with Lard. Puts us at a half-heart interval too, which could be nice. Ah, crap. Alright, well, we know we have a lot of backtracking to do then. Headless Baby, a great counter here. This is probably the easiest room we've had so far, but I'll use it anyway. Lard is a small speed downgrade, but not a big predictor of success or failure, you know, one way or the other there. Headless Baby is really like the unsung hero of this run. Okay, so I'm assuming then that we are going to go, I would have found it. That we're going to go left and down. I really hope that this is the case. Probably already looked there. Yeah, left and down seems doable. Alright, this is a potentially nasty room, but with Holy Mantle, we should be able to get out of here with... Well, let's just put it this way. We should be able to get out of here. Whether or not we'll be able to get out of here without taking damage, I wouldn't say it's irrelevant, but it's not as relevant. Something we picked up has actually made it so our bombs are interacting with one another in a way that I'm not necessarily thrilled with. Is that Cricket's head? Like, slightly increased our rate of fire or something? Or Tough Love maybe slightly increased our rate of fire? Actually, it's thrown off my equilibrium a little bit here. I'm not blaming it for my poor performance on the floor so far, but it's not helping. Incredibly dumb walking damage on my part there. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's a good shot. That is not a good shot. That is not a good shot. But we'll have more good shots than bad shots, I assure you. This is a good one. Probably in a position where I can get that guy killed on his next jump, if I aim it properly. Or not. This is good. But we did take damage at the end, man. All this being said, we should have a very good chance for success here. There's no way I'm taking my reflection. If it was a bit of a funnier run, I would consider it. I just can't justify it here. Alright, this is your time to shine, Attack Fly. Oh my god. I didn't take damage. I took Holy Mantle damage. That's relatively meaningless. Thank you, Attack Fly. Okay. How many bombs now? It took 6 earlier. Looks like it's still going to take at least 5. That's 2. Or, what? Maybe like direct damage is a little bit more potent. Secret room. I mean, the HP is probably worth it. The speed is a little nasty, but It doesn't look like we're fighting a very mobile enemy right now. I'm gonna call this one a win. It took long enough. And it could still be a loss, but I don't think it's gonna be a loss. Wow, second secret room. If that's like black hearts, that could help me out a ton. I think I've played poorly on this run, and I still don't have an affinity for... Ooh, okay, that's extremely good. I still don't have any affinity at all for Dr. Fetus. I think it's still pretty not good. And I think our run would have been substantially stronger if I didn't take it. But I took it, and I had fun, and it forced me to think outside of the box in a different way. And that's valuable in and of its own right, you know? Develop a new kind of, new way to think about things, a new approach that we can draw from in the future if we get saddled with it on, like, a Curse of the Blind run, you know? Kind of thinking we just... I mean, there's no real point to popping pheromones without him having flies active, but... the flies all die in one hit anyway, so it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. He's actually taking damage from the creep, I think, which is very surprising to me. And he'll be dead in like 3 bombs. Somewhere in that vicinity. Well, relatively easy, actually. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.